brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Jaguars and the Bills. All that and more coming up next.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Buffalo Bills. Hello, everyone. As the postseason continues here on EA Sports, we're pleased to bring it to you. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And who has the edge here? You got one side that had some extra rest, but another comes in off a win last week in the wild card round.
And it's funny, depending on which team you are, you say that that's an advantage. You'll take the rest, you'll take the week off, get your guys healed up a little bit and ready to go. But that team that's coming in off of a win last week, they're really excited to keep playing. They feel like they are hot and ready to go.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
And he more than did his part in the wild card win with 3 touchdown passes. Now, he's going to get a bigger test here in round 2, but his unit is in rhythm, and they're playing as well as they have all year long. I wouldn't be surprised if this defense, though, tried to get after him early with a little extra pressure. If he can handle that, he can have another big game, though.
And he powers his way up past the 30. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. To the air with McCarthy. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Taken in at the 11. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
For a guy still in his 2nd year in the NFL, this is obviously a big spot for him to try and fill. Able to engineer the victory in the wild card round last weekend, that's got to give him confidence, and it's got to elevate the confidence of his teammates as well. But as he said after the win, things are only going to get tougher from there. He understands the situation he's in. He understands what's ahead of him in this one.
Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 18 on that one as the Bills are going to have a 1st down.
When you get into the divisional round of the playoffs, this is where having the ability to run the football is such an advantage. The defenses, they're generally going to be tougher the further you go along. So if you can get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move on.
And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down at the 20. A big play here for Buffalo. 41 yards.
It's early, but announcer cliche alert here. Big players make big plays. Should I say in big games too? What the heck. And this defense, they're going to have to find some way to slow him down as this game goes on, because when this combination is going good, they can tear your secondary apart.
To the air goes Daniels. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Chris Olave, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Bills are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Well, we knew they had the crowd on their side. Their defense has already made a stop, but now here's an opening drive touchdown.
Yeah, how about the defense making the stop, Offense feeling their momentum that they've generated and turning it into points on their side. So now you've got a team working together, and you get the crowd involved fully on their side in this ball game.
And in this playoff atmosphere, that 12th man means even more. Aubrey good with the PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And for them, maybe a little carryover from last week's game. They got the win on the road in the wild card round, on the road here again in the divisional round, but they're hanging tough.
Hey, cue a little music, right? We're on the road again. I mean, this has been kind of the mantra they're under right now, and they can't change it. The season dictated what would happen with them, right? They had to go on the road for the first round for the playoffs. They're on the road again, and sometimes teams get really comfortable with that. Not only the idea of going on the road and shocking the world, but just, hey, it's just us. We don't have to worry about outside distractions. It's just us. Let's go play.
It becomes that us against the world mentality, doesn't it?
And while it may be overplayed, in the media, it's real when it comes time to play ball.
First down, they'll stay on the ground with Hubbard. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. On the counter, this is Hubbard. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3. Here's McCarthy. To the sideline and incomplete. Rocky started throwing the football. He's missed now on his first 4 attempts.
I'm eager to see what his demeanor is going to be from this point forward, because the best ones, they missed the first 15 attempts, and they think they're going to hit the next 15. Let's see if he has that type of an attitude.
So here come the Bills out for their second drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
That's good for the Buffalo Bills.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. A short one here, caught by McBride. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 18 more yards there and another first down.
That's another Bills first down.
Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30.
It's a gain of 14 yards. That's another Bills first down.
To throw is Daniels. Finding Taysom Hill complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
Complete to Taysom Hill. First and goal at the 8-yard line.
Throwing now is Daniels. Able to shake him off. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Jaden Daniels, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Bills lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game.
Nothing like understanding where your escape hatches are as a quarterback. Here he's looking, but he knows he doesn't want to force anything. So when nothing avails itself, he slips past the rushers, takes it right up the middle, and takes it into the end zone.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. They're forced to play catch-up early in this division round game as they search for a seat in the AFC Championship round. Throwing is McCarthy. Throw left side complete. That's Hill. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that's going to bring up second down. There go play action. Here's McCarthy. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Well, we may not see it behind the big play sheet that they like to use, but I bet there's a big grin on the defense coordinator's face. A corner blitz, what we often call a cat blitz. Usually they disguise it, Brandon. You're up on a receiver. It looks like you're going to bump and run with him, press coverage, and then he just takes off straight for the quarterback, and someone comes behind him to pick up the receiver.
And as a former member of the secondary, it makes you happy too, doesn't it?
I can't lie about it. I've got a big grin on my face, too. That was a heck of a play, a heck of a call.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Christian McCaffrey from 17 yards out. And the Bills continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. And now out come the Jags. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. They'll start on the ground with Hubbard. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. 21-0 our score after 1. The Jags with the football to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. McCarthy off the play fake. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hubbard. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 48 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Now McCarthy. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it. Boston, the man in motion left. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. It's a slant to Hill. And he's got this down to the 35. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw McCarthy. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably...
And it's a fumble. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side, a little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And they have made this look easy. I mean, there's not supposed to be anything easy about the NFL playoffs, but this lead, yes, they're at home, but this has been impressive.
And we hear all the time when upsets happen, teams go on the road, that maybe home field advantage isn't all it's cracked up to be. But you and I both know the reality is teams really fight hard to get it. Why? You don't ever have to change routine. Everything's familiar going into the game. It makes things easier, and that has paid off for them in a big way in this contest.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. Now Daniels. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2. Daniels looking to throw. Completes this one to Pickens. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 34-yard line.
Working out of the gun, Daniels. Well, that's complete to the fullback, Ricard.
Holding offense.
That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
Here's Daniels. Escaping the pressure right. Finding Pickens for another catch. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down. Back to throw. Daniels. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Flushed out right. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Remember, Brandon, he ran for a touchdown earlier, so his decision to go ahead and tuck it and go again turned out to be a wise one.
And the decision is what is important here. He has made some good decisions on when to tuck it and go. Yeah, maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Slant pass complete to Olave. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Now a timeout as they tend to the injured player, and not the man they would want to see. That's Chris Olave getting medical attention. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Back to throw now on first down. And that nearly trouble, but it's incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it. And it'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw. Daniels. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Christian Barmore getting in there to drop him.
And they visited the end zone frequently in this one, and obviously they wanted another one. But give credit to the defense there. They may not make the comeback, but pride showed. Good sack on that play.
On third down, Elliott. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
With some complimentary football there. One side, your defense forces the fumble, and then they drive it down the field. Now, obviously, Charles, they wanted the touchdown, but at least they were able to drive it down and get 3 out of that.
Yeah, now we'll have to see how the other sideline responds because they had plenty of time during that field goal to think about that fumble and how they were going to react. What are they going to do when they get the ball back and try and make things a little bit better for their team?
Throwing to start the drive. McCarthy. This one caught by his tight end, Andrews. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They'll look to throw here on first down.
And he'll go right back to Andrews.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. And that'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
On play action, now McCarthy.
Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. And he will throw this one out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
We'll begin our tour out at Nissan Stadium in Nashville, where it was the visiting Raiders who were able to come away with the road victory. The Titans unbelievably could not finish it off. They'd won their first 16, but they suffered the first loss in the finale to finish at 16-1. We were treated to a fine performance in the first half from the Heisman Trophy winner, Jaden Daniels. He had a touchdown both in the air and on the ground to help push his guys into the lead at the break. Final adjustments are underway in the locker rooms. Which of these two teams will survive and advance to next weekend's AFC Championship game? To find out, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Out come the Bills now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter.
And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Now they'll change things up.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Finds Pickens out right.
And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield.
A gain of 9 yards. That's good for the Buffalo Bills.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. To the air goes Daniels.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Now 2nd and 3.
7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3. At the Jaguars' 30-yard
Back to
line.
throw. Daniels eluding the pressure right. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 14. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Looking to throw. Daniels. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 10-yard line.
To throw is Daniels.
This will be caught at about the 5.
And the Bills are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo.
Jaden Daniels
Scoring on the 2-yard keeper.
and the Bills take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Jaguars offense and J.J. McCarthy getting ready to go back to work. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
On 1st down, they'll start out with Hubbard.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
61 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
1st down, Jacksonville.
And they'll run on 1st down with Hubbard. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Here's McCarthy.
Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Now 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
To the air with McCarthy. Open man right side is Rice.
2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
1st down, Jaguars.
On play action, McCarthy.
And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Throwing is McCarthy.
Slings it to Anders, and it's complete. The tight end has it.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. They'll get this complete to Calvin Austin.
And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28.
They'll indeed go. Here's McCarthy.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Bills are going to get the football back. The D brought the house. They called the blitz, and they get to the quarterback, overwhelming the O-line.
And I would love to know, and we'll find out later on, was that called before the play, or did they audible into it? Because defenses change plays as well as offenses. Sometimes they get the set they want. They go right to the blitz, and in this case, they nailed it. Got right to the quarterback. No chance on that 4th down.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
And it would appear that that first-round bye certainly helped. They've looked fresh from the start and no letdown here as they lead big in this divisional round, and they look to book a spot in the conference championship.
They'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 38-yard line.
McCaffrey running up the middle. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
At the 44-yard line. A 2-yard gain. It's 4th down.
Running with Elliott. And he dives forward, and he is going to have the 1st down with that effort. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Now Daniels.
And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run. A give running left, it's McCaffrey. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
Brian Brzee never giving up. He works his way to the QB for a loss of 12.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Fighting to stay upright. Sliding out of the pocket. Past the 20. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown.
Jaden Daniels.
50 yards.
And the Bills are drawing closer to a date in the AFC title game as they extend this 4th quarter lead. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all three phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
And able to get this out to the 25. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again.
And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Now McCarthy. He gets this one to Hubbard, complete.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Looking to throw McCarthy.
Completes it to Austin. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Now, 4th quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
This to the sideline and over everybody, incomplete. No flags forthcoming, though. Maybe a break there. That looked like a clear throwaway to me.
Over the middle, complete. That's Andrews. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. He'll get this complete to the running back, Hubbard.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. The kick by Lutz is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And the Bills getting set to go. And this one not officially in the bag, but it's looking more and more like you and I are going to be in these same seats next week for a game to go to the Super Bowl.
And it's contrary to our meeting with the visitors, wasn't it? Remember when we went over to their hotel before the game, and one of the themes they kept hitting us with was, let's put the pressure on the #1 seed and see if they can handle it. Let's do that. Well, they're the #1 seed for a reason. Best team all year long. They're showing it again in this game.
2nd and 10.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete.
Well, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play.
They'll try and burn some clock now with McCaffrey.
On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 85 yards now for McCaffrey. It's a 1st down.
And that's a great run, and this is where you've got a running back who feels like he needs to take over this football game. You're in the 2nd half. You've got the lead. You're looking at moving on to the conference championship, and he's got to be saying, just keep giving me the ball, and I'll get us home.
And a tackle there by C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Here's a 2nd and 8.
The 39-yard line.
Daniels looking to throw. Down the left sideline.
And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
That's another Buffalo Bills.
Working out of the gun, Daniels.
They'll roll him out right.
That's Olave bringing in another one.
A lot of effort there for just a 3-yard gain, and now second down. And they have secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everybody.